How could you leave an elementary school child all alone at home for days?
Diane, I have no clue what you're talking about.
I went to see my adorable grandchild, and this is what was happening. I can't believe you.
Please, calm down. Could you tell me what's going on?
Lindsay has been taken into custody, and the police have been notified about this. You'd better brace yourself for what's to come.
I'm actually with my daughter right now, traveling.
Huh?
Well, technically, it's a summer school, but we're in Hawaii right now.
What?
I think I told you that we'd be in Hawaii during Lindsay's summer vacation.
Oh, come to think of it, I think you did mention that.
We've been here for 4 days now, so there shouldn't be any kids at our home.
But I definitely found a girl all alone and had her taken into custody.
My daughter, Lindsay, is right next to me as we speak.
Then who was that girl?
I'm getting confused. Can you explain what happened step by step?
I had to go out this morning to run an errand. I suddenly thought about going to see Lindsay, so I drove to your place on the way home.
I'm always telling you this, but please contact me in advance when coming to our place. Lindsay and I have plans too, you know.
I thought it would be okay if it was just for a few minutes.
Well, we'll talk about that later. So that's how you found the kid?
I rang the intercom, but no one answered, so I thought you guys were absent. Then I heard the sound of TV coming from the house.
So you broke into our house to check it out?
I looked in from the yard and saw Lindsay collapsed on the living room floor. I immediately broke the window with a rock, went in, and rescued her.
You didn't go into the wrong house, did you?
I double-checked. I was in a panic, but even her face looked like Lindsay's, you know.
That face that looks just like her father's?
I know my son's face well enough not to mistake his face with anybody else's. Plus, I even set Lindsay's photo on my lock screen. There's no way I'd mistake Lindsay for a stranger. Even her dress was the one I gave her as a gift.
The more I hear about it, the weirder it seems. By the way, is the child safe?
I called an ambulance immediately, and she was treated at the hospital, so she's fine. They told me she was in a stable condition.
That's good to hear.
According to the doctor, she hasn't had a decent meal in days.
I emptied the fridge before leaving, so there's a good chance she's been at our house for several days.
I thought you had been out for days leaving the child all alone.
Do you think you can ask her some questions?
I can't talk to her right now because she fell asleep with an IV in her arm.
I see.
When I found her, she was so weak that she couldn't even talk.
By the way, didn't you see Henry at home?
Isn't he with you in Hawaii?
No, he was supposed to fly here the day after tomorrow due to work. But today, he's at night shift, so I thought he would have been home around the time you came to our house.
I haven't seen him at all.
I'll call him.
You do that. This is getting kind of creepy.
What the hell is going on? Is she a doppelganger? I can't believe that such a thing could actually happen in real life. My daughter and I are currently in Hawaii. My mother-in-law, Diane, often makes unannounced visits, so we haven't given her a spare key to our house. My husband should be the only one who has access to the house, while my daughter and I are absent. If the mystery child had been staying at our house for days, my husband would have noticed. I have a very bad feeling about this. Anyway, I had to talk to my husband first. So I decided to send a text to my husband. However, the reply from my husband was completely different from what I had imagined. 10 minutes later. Can I talk to you for a minute?
What's up?
I just got a call from your mom, and she was making a fuss saying I left Lindsay in the house alone for days.
What?
She again came to our house without notifying us. Then she found a kid in the house through the window.
Really?
But Lindsay is in Hawaii with me, so there's no way she could be home. Do you have any idea what's going on?
No, I know nothing about it.
By the way, where are you now? You're on night shift today, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm home now.
Your mother said you weren't home.
Maybe Mom went into the wrong house. There are a lot of kids around Lindsay's age living in the neighborhood.
She double-checked and made sure she was in our house. Also, the girl in the house had collapsed in our house due to malnutrition.
What?
It looks like the police are involved now.
Why?
Your mom called the police.
That's not good.
She says she looks just like Lindsay, and I have no clue what's going on.
It's not my fault.
I'm not blaming you.
It's your fault.
My fault? Why me?
You forgot to lock the door, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
Some kid broke into our house because you forgot to lock the door, and now we're in big trouble.
No. I left 4 days ago.
So what?
You got in and out of the house during all this time, right? Then you should be the one responsible for locking the door.
I haven't been home for the last 4 days.
What?
I was staying at my friend's house.
Why? I don't get it. Are you hiding something?
Why would you think I'd be hiding anything?
You look too suspicious. Panicking, and then suddenly becoming upset. You couldn't explain it unless you had something to feel guilty about.
I should have never married someone who can't believe her beloved husband.
That's enough. If there's anything you're hiding, tell me now.
I'm divorcing you.
What?
You've changed after Lindsay was born.
What are you talking about?
You always put the kids first and never cared about me.
It's true that I put Lindsay first, but I've always cared about you too.
No, you didn't say anything even when I hung out at night or spent the night elsewhere.
I didn't say anything because I knew you were working hard and thought you needed some time to have fun and let off the steam.
If you loved me, you'd want me to spend more time at home. This is why I'm at my limit. I'm divorcing you.
Calm down. You're coming home the day after tomorrow, right? Let the police deal with that kid and we'll talk things out, okay?
I'm not going back there. Tomorrow is my payday, so with that money I'm going somewhere far away.
Why does it have to be like that? And plus, we have to pay the rent, so I need you to transfer that money into our bank account.
I don't care. You also earn money with that remote work you do, right? You should pay that with your own salary.
What the hell? I just called to ask if you know why such a strange thing happened at her house, and now you're asking me to divorce you? This is ridiculous.
Don't contact me ever again. I'm blocking your number and email address.
Hey. 2 days later.
No matter what happens, I am on your side, so please reply to my texts.
Mom.
I'm glad you replied. Can I talk to you for a minute now?
Yeah, no problem. Parents are supportive of their children no matter what. Seriously, thank you.
I'm sorry to interrupt your emotional moment, but let's talk.
Lily? Why?
How could you block Lily and cut off all contact with her? I'm disappointed in you.
Why did you invite her to our conversation? You say you were on my side.
That was a lie, of course.
I asked her to set this up because it was wrong to end things without having a proper discussion with you.
What?
Don't think you can get away after doing such a terrible thing, you idiot.
I didn't do anything terrible.
You cheated on your wife and had an illegitimate child with your lover. What part of that is not terrible?
Why do you know that?
So you admit it.
No, that's...
What were you thinking when you had such a wonderful wife and a beautiful child?
I'm aware of most of the details of your affair, but I want you to explain it to me yourself as well, just to make things clear.
At first, I just wanted you to be jealous.
Huh?
After Lindsay was born, all your attention went to Lindsay, and I didn't feel like you loved me anymore.
That's why you cheated on me?
I thought you would turn your attention to me if I started going out at night.
You are more than an idiot. How can you have a child with your lover just to get my attention?
I was going to say the same thing.
But I was against having a child with her.
Huh?
I was only hanging out with her to make you jealous, Lily. But she insisted on having the baby and raising it on her own. I had no choice but to agree.
So you're saying it's not your fault?
At least the baby isn't my fault.
You.
There are so many things I want to say, but I'll just let it go for now. The child in our house was the child you had with your lover, correct?
Yes, that's right.
I heard she's 8, so that means you were having an affair during my pregnancy, right?
You didn't take care of me by saying you were having morning sickness.
I'm dumbfounded.
So why did you have her at our house?
That woman said she was going to raise the kid on her own, but suddenly she contacted me.
Your affair partner?
Yeah, she got badly injured at work, so asked me to take care of the kid. Her parents died when she was young, and she had no relatives to rely on.
I see.
I honestly wanted to refuse, but I hadn't told her I was married. If I refused, she'd get suspicious, so I decided to take care of the kid.
Then why did you let her stay alone at your house? Why not look after the kid at her house?
I can't babysit a kid by myself. Plus, the AC was broken at her place. I thought it'd be a bad idea to leave her alone in the house without an AC.
I'm getting tired of this.
Where were you during all that time?
At a friend's house, since going home to a house with a kid is stressful. But I showed her the house so she would be able to take care of herself. I even gave her some of Lindsay's clothes so that she would have enough change of clothes.
There was no way an 8-year-old could handle everything on herself. We didn't have much food at our home.
Didn't we have some storable food?
We only had canned food, which needed a can opener. We were out of snacks too.
What?
That's why I gave you money for the food while you were there alone. I told you I was organizing the fridge and pantry before going to Hawaii. I threw away everything that might have gone bad during our absence.
I don't remember you saying so.
I can't believe this horrible man being my son. I feel so ashamed.
We don't have a landline, and she's not familiar with our neighborhood. She couldn't even ask for help. Can you imagine how scary that must have been for her?
She looks just like you, and you couldn't even show her a single bit of affection?
I don't like kids.
Then why did you have a kid with that lover in the first place? Your father, who passed away last year, was unfaithful as well. I didn't want you to be like him, so I tried my best to raise you to be a good man. Where did I go wrong?
You did nothing wrong, Diane. Please, don't blame yourself.
It's not my fault either. I just inherited my father's Playboy genes.
This time, it's 1000% your fault.
You don't have to say that much.
So, to summarize, your affair partner got injured while we were in Hawaii. You were told to take care of your illegitimate child, but you didn't want to since you dislike kids. You eventually decided to leave the child at our home while you stayed at a friend's house. Am I right?
Well, mostly.
Do you realize what you've done?
I mean, I know I did a bad thing, but you can't bring back dead people, can you? So don't blame me too much.
What are you talking about? The child is alive.
Are you sure?
Yes, I took her to the hospital right away.
I even got in touch with your affair partner. Her story fits with what you just told me, so I guess you're not lying.
So she's alive. Then I'm not guilty.
Huh?
At first, I thought the kid lost her life because of me, but if she's alive, then there's no problem.
Were you trying to divorce me and run away because...
If the kid died, then it will be my fault, right? Then I'd be arrested for sure and my life would be over. So I chose to divorce you and live on the run.
Selfish to the end.
You know, even if she's alive, what you did is illegal.
Are you kidding me?
Abandonment of a child under protective custody is a crime. The police are now conducting a full-scale investigation.
Am I gonna get arrested?
Of course.
Damn, I'm gonna run away then.
By the way, Lily, I found divorce papers at your house which were filled out by Henry.
Really?
What about that? That has nothing to do with this conversation.
Its postmark shows that it was sent from Chicago.
Postmark?
That means he's in Chicago right now. I know one of his friends who lives there. Good job, Diane.
No, that's not true. I'm not in Chicago.
I've already told the police. Now you can't run away.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to charge you alimony, so make sure you pay it, okay?
Wait a minute. Those sirens of police cars are getting loud.
They must have located you already. Thank goodness the cops in Chicago are so skilled.
Go to jail. Reflect on your past and become a decent man, you idiot son.
Please forgive me. I just wanted to be loved by Lily.
I don't care. Never show yourself in front of me for the rest of your life.
Oh, no.
Later story. My husband was arrested and later convicted for endangering the child's life. Without second thoughts, I divorced my husband. Alimony and child support were paid in full, since my husband inherited some amount of money from his father who passed away last year. My ex-husband was left penniless in jail. A few days ago, I received a letter from him. The letter was very creepy, saying, "Let's start over again when I get out of prison, and you're the only one for me after all." But to my surprise, his affair partner also received the same letter. We thought it'd be a problem if he tried to come back to us after he got out of prison, so we both moved out of town ASAP. By the way, Diane came to love both grandchildren and treat them equally. It was an unfortunate ending for me, but I look forward to the future and will do my best to make my daughter happy. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up. Otherwise, please let us know what you think in the comments section below. Please subscribe to our channel. Your ratings and comments will help us in the future. We also have many other inspirational videos. Please take a look at the videos on our channel. See you in the next video.